right, I guess we'll get started.
You want Zane to move? They won't show up there. It's all right.
It's hard to believe another year's already gone by, flew by. Are you going to join me, Robert?
Just give me a minute. Just keep on going.
Bo, you can join us, join me on stage. It's been a great year with the RAs. We got to split up this year. Brian Suttles, who right now is having to work nights. Normally he'd been here pretty much the whole year right up to the end, but he's had to start working nights. His schedule will go back to normal. Right now, to let parents know, we're going to continue RAs through the summer. So the boys will be meeting with us. So we're going to start working with them on Sunday nights too to help them learn the campcraft badges and stuff. Just due to time, we can't get our lessons in and get the crafts in and everything that we have to do. So we're going to work with them on Sunday night to do camp crafts and things, and on Wednesday night we'll be working towards the book to do the memorization and all the things. Due to our requirements for state basketball, which this was our last year to kind of not have to go by the rules. We got to turn in books next year, but they have to complete so much in a book to be able to play basketball. To even play in the state tournament, they've had to accomplish all these goals, and we have to turn them in this next year for them to even compete in the state tournament. Our senior high boys have always taken care of the requirements, but they kind of, since we didn't ever do the books before, we just did the magazines, this, that, and the other. The boys didn't have to turn them in, but as of this year, they asked us that we have to start making them complete the task. Luckily, this year we won. 5th and 6th grade team won first place in the RA state tournament, and the 3rd and 4th grade team won second place, which was great. Unfortunately, none of our 5th and 6th graders who won in the tournament go to church here, but they still represented us very well. We're looking forward to this summer that we're going to the battleship, and we're fixing to start asking. It's going to be $25 per child to go to spend the night on the USS Alabama down in Mobile, and we're going to start collecting that probably next week. If you can bring it in. If there's any money problems, let us know. We are going to look to see if you can't. If you have any problems at all, just come to me or Bo or Brian or Robert and just let us know, and we'll do what we can to help. Because we'd like all the boys to get together. It's going to be a pretty fun trip. I'm going to go ahead and start with the lad ones. First graders. We had 2 this year. I'll let Mr. Bo, since Robert's playing back there.
Thanks.
We have them, they earned their badge for their vest. That's another thing we did this year, is the RAs have a vest, and they get to all the stuff they earn throughout their years, 1st through 6th grade, which we stop at 5th, but they get to add to their vest and everything. If they outgrow it, they get to put new on. But the first year lad ones is Andrew Martin. Andrew and Bobby Tate's our 2nd grader. Our 2nd lad one. We challenged the lad ones and lad twos last week to learn all the books of the Bible. Cole Suttles is the only one last week that could do it. As soon as we challenged him, he didn't know them all. We also challenge our kids that they're supposed to bring their Bibles. And if they bring their Bibles, we try to reward them by doing a good job. Julian Roper always brings his Bible for our class and stuff. Also, last but not least, we have Douglas Tews, who is a 2nd grader. Hagen Gingras and Derek Marshall are also two Lad 2s that could not be here with us tonight that earned the requirements to earn their badges.
Good to see you, huh? Good. All right, I've had a real good time getting to know all kids, and I want to thank you for trusting me with them. Got a great group of kids. They all bring something good to the table. First one up is Brandon Jill. You can always tell what kind of mood Brandon was in the second he walked in the door. He kind of holds his feelings on his sleeve. Logan Muir. Logan's one of our favorite storytellers.
Yeah.
They get into a story and about 3/4 of the way through it, you don't really know what he's saying. So you finally get to the end and go, oh, okay. And one of our only two brothers in the class, Zane Pellegrin.
That's to end our lads, and next year we are going to make the lads 1, 2, and 3 be in a class, and Bo and Brian will teach the Cajun squires who are considered crusaders in the RA program. And the next will be our crusaders, our 4th grade. They're called the pages.
All right, next up is Ethan Pellegrin. I wanted to have Ethan and Zane up here kind of back to back. Both of them are real quiet,
Yeah.
but when they do say something, it's usually pretty meaningful. You just gotta listen real hard. John Crumpton. I've seen Jonah grow up a lot this year. It's good to see. Zach Eschke. Zach's another one that doesn't say a whole ton, but when he does, you need to listen because he's always coming up with some good stuff. Jason Forbes is our class brainiac. The king of the unspoken prayer.
That's all it is.
And Jordan Jett. Jordan is kind of our helper. Any new people show up, he's more than happy to show them the wall. Ask the kid what the wall is. No. And we have one 5th grader, Nick Blanton. Nick's been kind of taken away from us with sports, but when he does show, he's a really good leader. I believe that's everybody.
Another thing that I wanted to touch on while we had the parents' attention is I'd like to thank all of y'all for y'all's participation in the car wash last weekend. It was a very big success. It helped us raise a lot of money for the RAs. I think it was $270 we raised.
$328.
$328 that we raised to put down towards trips and things to do for the guys. Also, we've got some more of those things planned. Also, the RAs have kind of taken over as the ministry that Janie Martin was headed up. I think it was 3 Hots in a Cot. 3 Hots in a Cot, which everybody brings their donations over there, and the RAs are going to be, as the buckets get full, we're going to take the kids to take them over to drop the material off and things. So all your donations are thanked, and we just thank you for your boys' attendances, because we know they're not driving, so for them to be at church, you have to bring them, and we thank y'all very much.
Oh, the USS Alabama, the dates for that is June the 18th and 19th. That's Father's Day weekend. We will have them back by the time church is out on Sunday. So anything you have planned for Father's Day, they'll still be able to do. I think that's everything.
Thank y'all very much.
Jeff and Bert, can I say something to Tracy, y'all? I just want to tell y'all a story. You know, you take it for granted that you come to church and you drop your kids off and they're running around, and you know, I go in church and I do my thing, but I didn't realize what a major impact that Robert and Jeff and Bo have had. I'm gonna get through on all of our kids' lives, but we were running late, we had a lot to do, and on the way home, I told Ashton and Brandon, this is what we're gonna do when we get home, we're on a schedule, we gotta take baths and do homework. Well, I couldn't find Brandon, and I was like, where is Brandon? Where is Brandon? So I'm stomping back to his room, and I opened his door, and he was reading his book.